Alright, so we're going to start in the tavern. Now, currently, you hear, because your characters are, whatever their names are, I don't really give a crap. The characters are in the tavern. You hear this, playing from a human bard in the corner. Okay, so he's playing that in the corner. Feel free to converse while we get plot started.
Alright, Tasteron and Cirevan are at the bar.
There's also a Drow at the bar. He'll be revealed later.
Tasteron and Cirevan are sharing a glass of ale before they go on their huge quest to avenge Cirevan's father.
Alright. So they're talking about this?
Correct.
Oh, continue.
Cirevan looks to Tasteron after drinking another sip from his ale. So the plan is to enter the Tomb of Horrors.
You hear the, well, from two sources. You see, alright, well, perception check.
That didn't count, that was for Cirevan.
For Cirevan, that's a...
That's +5.
So that's 9. He notices that the room just got quieter. But there weren't many people in it to begin with. Maybe about 4, 5, 6 people.
That is Tasteron.
Hold it.
With his perception of 17.
So that's a what?
17, 18, 19, 22.
Wait. 6 plus 17, that's 23.
Oh, I'm not counting here. Okay, 23.
Alright, so Tasteron notices the Drow in the Drow at the end of the bar. His ear perks up a little, and he smiles. The Drow is about 5'10" and about slim build, 160 pounds. And he approaches you. And at the same time, the human from the corner that was playing the music, who stopped after you said Tomb of Horrors, comes over.
Cirevan turns to the human as Tasteron turns to the Drow.
Ooh, goody. Okay, whose role-playing would you like to start with first?
Cirevan.
Very friendly human will kind of go, hi, I heard you were going on a bit of an adventure. Tomb of Horrors, that's a bit nasty. So I've heard nasty things about that place. You're going to need a healer.
Yeah, we were looking for one.
Well, look no further, my friend. Quinn Nightbane at your service, the greatest healer in the country. And he shakes your hand just like that.
Nice to meet you, Quinn. May we have a demonstration? Cirevan takes out a dagger from his hilt and slices his hand.
He does some healing magic, and it's back to normal.
You're in.
It's pretty basic. I've got much better. I've studied with all the great the champions of healing, rune priests, shamans, clerics, of course, etc., 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 warlords, etc., etc., etc.
So you're a bard.
Yes. What gave me away?
You know too much.
He kind of chews his lip a little. So, when do you plan on leaving?
As soon as we can.
And now we transfer over to the Minotaur, whose name I am not remembering at the moment.
Tasteron.
Tasteron. Whatever, continue.
Okay. Tasteron turns to the Drow and grunts.
Do you speak in tongue, Minotaur?
Tasteron begins speaking Elven to you.
The Drow kind of almost looks insulted, but then he smiles and speaks in Elven back. So, how long before your departure?
As soon as Cirevan says so.
But where are my manners? I am Baradil Shadowwalker.
Tasteron.
Master Dungeoner. I have traveled the lands for 150 years now, out of my 200 years of life, exploring dungeon after dungeon. I've had 7 adventuring parties. Well, we've gotten in a bit over our heads on several occasions, unfortunately. Those who survived retired, so I have been out of the game for about a couple weeks now, because my last party, the only one left was a halfling, and he started a tavern. This tavern, actually. And he actually calls over 2 more for my friends here, for my friend and I. And the little cheery halfling pops up, gives him, and like he goes, no, 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 and he's about to pay him. No, 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 this one's on my house. You did so much to keep me alive, my friend. And you're going to need all the help you can get when you enter that tomb. Thank you, my friend. Anyway, where were we? And he very cheerfully turns to you.
So, what you're basically telling me right now is that you failed at least 7 times.
No, no. I have succeeded many, many times. The only reason they failed, I did not fail. My companions failed. They failed to follow my rules. Rule number 1, don't touch anything. That's how we lost the dwarf. Poisondale. Rule number 2, only if you know exactly what it does, is when you may touch it. Rule number 3, do exactly as I do. And rule number 4, do exactly what I say.
And if we choose not to follow these rules?
Your life is at risk. Not by my hand, of course, but by the hand, metaphorically speaking, of whatever dungeon. And in the case of the Tomb of Horrors, it will chew you up and spit you out. Fast, as I have been heard. I have never experienced it, or I would not be before you today.
Tasteron looks at you and grunts. I don't like you. But you may come.
I am the best at what I do. I will not fail you.
He grunts again and goes back to his ale.
Alright, so we shall time skip. Time skip! Okay. So, you are the guide that you hired, as we wait for that to pass. Nice chopper. The guide that you, well, didn't hire exactly, it's more of someone pretty much said, I'll take you there as long as you clean it out and rid us of that monstrosity that lurks within it. Alright, so, he's taking you there, but, unfortunately, there is... Alright, so, you wind up at a cliff. A sand cliff at the northern part of an island that's off the coast of it. Because we're in Valasiri, which is the country to the east of Amsara. Which Quinn will actually note, a funny fact, he trained in the great arcane school of Amsara, and the library is supposed to have everything on and anything you would ever need. And there is nowhere in there a map of the Tomb of Horrors. Which means either that map's been kept dead secret, or whoever's gone in there to cartograph it has died. And never made it out again.
Cirevan smiles lightly. Then we shall be the first.
Smashing!
Tasteron grunts.
Baradil kind of gives a small smile. Which, well, you know when I built him. Giant bow, trident, not trident. Trident, right?
Yeah, trident.
Alright. Sorry, I'm confusing Triton with Trident. Alright! So, it's a sandy cliff. we'll split it into 3 parts. There are 3 parts of the cliff. Where do you want to start? And I'll look at the, and Quinn will look and go, perhaps it's buried? And he's kind of confused. Like, there's the tomb. I was expecting big pillars of death and scythes swinging all around.
Perhaps it is hidden.
Actually, Baradil will go cut him off before you say that and go, no, that's on the inside. Probably. Most of the tombs even didn't have that.
Yeah, that is a possibility.
Yep. Alright, so.
Perception check?
Alright. Well, it's more like you know it's there, you just don't know where to start looking for it.
Still.
So, what do you do? So, do you spend time digging?
Okay. Tasteron will spend time digging. The Drow and I shall go look around. While Quinn plays a tune to help us along.
So he starts strumming on the guitar. Oh, so then he'll pick up right where he left. He'll start again. And you travel around.
Well, Tasteron digs.
Alright. A couple hours go by, nothing seems to attack. Tasteron kind of... After a few points, Tasteron I'm assuming, starts to like... He digs amongst the 3. And here's the problem. Because Quinn's strumming, he stops. And just looks as Tasteron has found 3 entrances. Or 3 possible entrances.
Tasteron grunts and calls out to Cirevan and Baradil.
And when you 2 finally show up, it takes you a couple minutes. And you look at that. What do you make of this? Well, what should I make of this?
Alright.
Do you have any rituals or spells that can get us out of, that can help us with an escape in a hurry, if we need to escape in a hurry?
Yes.
You probably have a house nearby that area. That's why your father died, he was fighting the monster. So there's probably, you have the teleport ritual.
Correct.
It's pretty much, it's a couple hours out of town, so you're a couple hours out of town. All over the waves and whatnot. So, I'd say you would be able to... Do you have ritual components? Would you have had ritual components if I had reminded you to have put some in your thing?
Yes.
Write down some gold worth. Because I know you would have had them.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Make sure you have at least enough for your spell.
Where are the rituals?
In the back of the book. Player's Handbook 1. I'm pretty sure.
We'll edit this part out.